welcome back to the Citizens channel. I hope you're all staying safe and well. And our talking points, where we'll look back at a game, and we're going to look back at City 4, Bournemouth 0 today. And I was at the match, so what I do with these talking points, if I've not watched it or a chance to watch it, if you like, from the old camera angles, I come back and re-watch it and look at things and sort of obviously give a match report, but obviously a sum up of various talking points and also alterations if need be to my player rating show, which obviously takes place straight after a game. So once I've come back and had a quick look, it might change. And I tell you what, it changed a lot today, guys. So it'll be quite interesting. So we'll have the match talking point stats. Obviously have a quick look at who's sort of made the position safe for the Newcastle game. That's an interesting one as well from yesterday's performance. Of course, City 4, Bournemouth 0, 13th of August, 3 p.m. at the Etihad. Match day 2. Referee was David Coote, of course. He did okay. Perhaps could have done he booked a player nice and early. Perhaps could have booked someone else later on in the game. We'll have a brief mention of that later. On VAR, Peter Bonks. Mr. Bonks was on VAR, so not much input from him yesterday, which was fair enough. Or there probably was, but obviously nothing that affected anything. And of course, the City 11, Edison, Walker, Diaz, Aki, Cancelo, Rodri, Gundogan, KDB, Foden, Haaland and Mahrez. Yeah, I got 10 of those right, so I'm happy with that. As I say, I took a chance on Stones, but I knew I was only taking a chance. Bournemouth, yeah, Travers, Cook, Kelly, Mepham, Lerma, Christie, Smith, Tavernier, Stacey, Moore and Pearson. So they had 3 changes to their victory against Villa with perhaps Solanke, one of the bigger misses, if you like. He was out injured for this one. Yeah, the rewatch, guys. I've watched this morning. I'm recording this now at about 20 to 10 Sunday morning. So I watched it. I got up nice and early and watched it this morning, made a few notes. And yet, my new player ratings. So if you watched the player, please check the player ratings. You'll see what an idiot I am, but obviously it includes Simon Pekowski's ratings as well. So my new player ratings before we go into the match report. Edison, I give a 6, now 7. Walker, I give a 6, now 7. A lot of this is to do with the conditions as well as how well they played. Diaz, I give a 6, now 7. Cancelo, a 6.5, now I give a 7.5. Rodri, a 7, now I give a 7.5. KDB was an 8, and now he's been up to a 9. Gundogan was 7.5. This is worse than last time. I only had about 3 or 4 changes last time. Gundogan 7.5 goes up to 8. Mahrez 6 goes up to 8. There you go. Well done, Mahrez. He's the biggest jump, I think. Haaland was a 6.5. He goes up to 7. Foden was a 7. He goes up to 7.5. And even the subs, I say, they weren't on that long. Grealish was a 6, but he went up to a tremendous 7.5 based on the time he was on the pitch. Stones was a 6, went up to a 7. And Bernardo was a 6, went up to 7. The other guys were a bit too. Alvarez and Rico Lewis, of course, not on long enough. So, yeah, as I said, 6 is normally my starting score, but there's going to be exceptions. I mean, with the weather conditions yesterday, I mean, both sets of players deserve full credit for putting in a shift. Simple as that in those conditions. Right, match report. Let's get through it, guys. There's a sort of blue haze over the ground, wasn't there? Of course, that haze would soon descend on Bournemouth as well. 2 minutes. I'll run through this as quickly as I can, guys. Aki possibly could have headed on target from an early corner. In his defence, Diaz sort of ducked out of the way, so Aki must have shouted him, but perhaps that put him off a bit. 4 minutes, Rodri headed a corner over. He should have done better again, guys, I think, with that one. I was banging on about Rodri not putting his size to any great, up there for the last 2 or 3 seasons. Finally, he's started to do it, but he's got to make the most of them sort of things. 5 minutes, Mahrez frustrates Tracy, who gets a quick booking, for siving him down. And all credit to Stacey for sort of staying on the pitch after that, because Mahrez did continue to torment him, even though I thought initially he hadn't. He played Stacey played quite well, as Mahrez played quite well as well. 6 minutes, Travers a bit nervy. The keeper, I'm not over impressed with the keeper. A bit nervy. Punches away a Mahrez free kick, almost punched it into his own net. 7 minutes, Mahrez, one of his lower points, he sort of blasts over when he's perhaps would get his head over it and keep it on target. 9 minutes, Foden goes for goal when he's got options. A lot of people are saying that's why Pep pulled him off. Absolutely no chance. After a KDB shot come through ball, wasn't it? I think he was shooting for goal, and obviously Foden managed to pick it up. But we got a corner. Mr. Haaland wasn't very happy. It should have been 1-0, really. Foden should have just squared it for Haaland, and it would have been 1-0. So big mistake by Foden. But hey, Ireland probably would have shot in the same position, but Foden's got to look at that and say, yes, I was wrong. 90 minutes, it was 1-0. Yeah, Haaland receives a neat ball from Gundogan, nice little flick. And he plays a bit like the old Balotelli Aguero, not the same situation, of course, but on his sort of, he's down, but he manages to flick it on back to Gundogan, who coolly, which he does, Gundogan slots home for his 50th City goal, yeah, for in 256 games, that is. I think Walker did well as well to find Gundo in the build-up to that one. 20 minutes in the 21st minute, Haaland just misses out after barging through. Looks like he's going to score for a moment. And then immediately at the other end, Ederson gets his first save to make, which was fairly comfortable from Pearson. A 23-minute drinks break, so I mean, half the stand emptied, but whether they would have got a pint at the back, I'm not too sure. It looked nice, guys. I was there in the south stand, looked very nice. I got my pint. I always get a couple of pints before the game, but I don't risk it after that because the staff are crap. I mean, they can't, they might have state-of-the-art equipment, but they can't serve quick. It's absolutely ridiculous. They need to do something. 28 minutes, a Rodri effort, always going wide after the start up again. 29 minutes, some better play by Bournemouth, who at least test us, and they have a man over 2 on the wings as well, but they get no reward for it. 31 minutes, it's 2-0. Rodri does well, onto Foden, who finds KDB. And the defence is a bit confused. There's Ireland and about 4 defenders, and they're all over the place. And the ball just goes in a straight line. The ball isn't moving, but Kevin's moving that much. The defenders are moving with him. And he just thought, sod this, I'll just curl it into the far corner with the outside of his boot. A superb goal, brilliant goal. 37 minutes, Diaz defends well, then loses it. Yeah, and Aki has to come to the rescue with quite a low-down header in the 6-yard box. So there's another half chance for Bournemouth there. 37 minutes, 3-0. Mahrez finds KDB, who plays in Foden. 2 defenders try and block it. Yeah, I thought the goal was a bit rubbishy at the match, but obviously he was unsighted. Probably the ball came late. Probably took a deflection as well. So it ended up in the net, although I thought it was just going to fall to Ireland, but how it bobbled in the net while I was there, I just couldn't imagine. But it was a bit clearer to see when I watched it back. 45 minutes, yeah, a looping Haaland shot was never really going in, I don't think, but the goalkeeper dealt with it quite easily. So half-time, 3-0 to Bournemouth. Yeah, I remember a game like that back in May the 6th, 1989, guys, if you're as old as me. And the sun was out that day as well at Main Road in front of a packed Main Road, although the crowd was ridiculously low. I think Peter Swells was up to his fiddle in that day, if I remember rightly. But yeah, I do remember back, but obviously this is we're not going to get a typical City moment in this one, are they? So a 3-0 at half-time against Bournemouth. Yeah, there's not much chance of that going wrong, is there, guys? Into the second half, 46 minutes. Grealish was on, Foden was off. I thought Phil was a bit more affected by the sun. Actually, I thought he struggled a little bit that first half because he was out on that wing, and I think that might have had something to do with him being taken off. Not the fact that he cocked up with that where he should have passed it. I mean, he scored a goal for God's sake, so I'm not too worried about that. I just think he struggled a little bit in the heat. 55 minutes after a slow build-up, suddenly KDB is clear, yeah, and he's fed nicely through by Gundogan, but his near-post shot is sort of easy for the keeper to save. Options, he probably didn't have any. It's probably the best thing to do to have a go at goal. 57 minutes, Mepham got a yellow for a foul on Grealish. 60 minutes, some good play by Mahrez again. He fed Gundo 22 yards out. He was passing to goal. Yeah, well, he tried to pass it into the goal, but it started wide. It never really got that much nearer. I mean, from where we were, it was always going wide. So goal kick for Bournemouth. 61 minutes, Mahrez, an easy save from distance for the keeper. 64 minutes, Stones was on for Diaz and Bernardo for Gundogan, and the fans certainly made him know how much we appreciate him. Whether he'll still be there next week, we'll have to see. 73 minutes, KDB to Grealish, a pullback for Haaland, who slices wide. Yeah, I mean, he probably out the corner of his eye saw Alvarez on the touchline. That probably put him off because he was waiting to come on. He knew his number was up, but he had one last chance, Haaland, to do something. He got his foot on it. It just went wide, unfortunately. If he'd got a better foot on it and it was target, it might have been blocked anyway or saved by the keeper. But That was his last chance. He was dragged off. He was hooked for Alvarez to come on. 78 minutes, a great cross by Mahrez, right across the 6-yard box. Yeah, if he only had Ireland on the pitch, he might he might have got to it, but it was 4 minutes too late, unfortunately. 79 minutes, yeah, the fourth goal. I knew at half time, my lad said, "What score do you think?" I said, "Well, it's only going to be 4 or 5." I just thought with the conditions, it was just game management, and that's what it was. But yeah, we're a bit dissatisfied at the match. Obviously, we didn't know who'd put it in. Even Mr. Mann on the commentary back, it took a while for him to figure out it was an own goal. But yeah, all credit to Cancelo, who had a certainly better game than I thought when I watched it back. He twisted and turned and fired in across, and the defenders are stuck in that. I think it hit the back of his heel, didn't it, and went in. But yeah, and Cancelo was fed through as well, but Man noticed it on commentary from a great scoop over from Grealish, but Cancelo did tremendously well to keep it in and then create the goal. So really, it's an assist, isn't it? It doesn't count, does it, as an assist? I'm not too sure how it works. Let me know, guys. But definitely a good goal and well played by Cancelo and well played by Grealish leading up to it. 82 minutes, great to see Rico Lewis come on for Walker. Right back for a right back, eh? Hey, who said we got no right backs? 82 minutes, a chance for Bournemouth, but a little wide of the post, a bit of half-hearted, I thought. And yeah, 92 minutes, yeah, well, I said we'd get back to this guy, didn't we? Mr. Smith, yeah, he got away with a blatant push on Grealish earlier. And then he finally got booked for again. He ended up hitting Cancelo in the face. I think Cancelo actually blew him a kiss. And then after the game, it all kicked off, and I just thought, who's it? Who is this guy? I didn't really know this Smith character. And yes, he came from Liverpool, so no surprise there. They don't take defeat very well, do they? Let's be honest. He's an Australian, apparently. He's an Australian. He was on Liverpool's books for about 4 years, so he's probably a Liverpool fan in Australia anyway. A lot of them are. So yeah, no surprise. It didn't. I thought it must be either a rag or a Liverpool fan. So it had to be one of the two, and more likely a Liverpool fan, or even worse, a United fan as a kid who turned out for Liverpool. What worse combination could you think than that? So there you go. Bit of an idiot. Lucky to stay on the pitch. I think the ref should have red carded him after the game. In all fairness, absolute idiot. So there'll be more fun, of course, up their place. I'm sure if he plays again. Stats on the game: shots, City 19 with 7 on target. Okay. Bournemouth 3 with 1 on target. City has 68% possession. It felt a bit more than that. Passes 689 by City, 342 by Bournemouth. Accuracy very good. I mean, actually, the accuracy from Bournemouth was a very good 80%, well up on last week against Villa. It was about 73%, 73%. So that was very good for Bournemouth, 80%. But City's accuracy, one of the highest, 93%. That's high. We don't really get higher than that. The XG philosophy, yes, at XG philosophy. It'll be on screen there anyway, guys. So the XG, City 1.62. That's not bad, is it? Yeah, that's a boxing match of the day last night. There was certainly one team got over 2, but dozed off during it. My apologies. But 1.62 is not bad. But the Cherries, yes, Bournemouth 0.14. So that wasn't very good, was it? And on to our decisions, thinking forward to the next game. I think Pep will be happy with that. I think we're all happy with that. You can only beat what's in front of you. Let's face it, Bournemouth are bang on favourites to go back down. Did not really strengthen from last season. They're a good Championship team, but they're going to struggle in the Premier League. So, but City as a team can only beat what's in front of you, plus the weather conditions. And I think that was a brilliant display by City. I think Pep will be extremely happy. I wasn't too worried about Foden going off at half time. As I said, I think the heat got to him. I don't think there's anything more than that. I just thought he was struggling. There's no other people trying to make reasons and things. I mean, there's an image of Bernardo after the game clapping the fans that obviously almost all gone by then. It was well after the game had finished and giving his shirt to a support. And people put 2 and 2 together and try and make 4, but they usually make 5. So anyway, we'll see. But Foden, I don't think there's anything untoward there. Nice to see Stones getting game time, just slotted in nicely, and a lovely debut for Rico, of course. That was nice for him to get on the pitch for 10 minutes or so. I don't think anyone's facing the chop for Bournemouth for that performance. I expect any changes against Newcastle next week will be tactical. I think 1 or 2 players might struggle with knocks and might be a bit sore today. Noticeably, Grealish, who sort of turned his foot over, didn't he, and it was stretching for a ball late in the game. And I think it was very that. So he might suffer this week. And I think Aki took a couple of knocks as well. I don't think Aki's So those two, be interested to see how they progress in the week. Noticeably more Grealish, of course. So who needs to be in the starting lineup? I mean, the fact is, no one is really droppable on that performance, I don't think, and that was a pretty strong team. Newcastle tactically will be slightly different, of course, to Bournemouth. I mean, the back five's got to be nailed on, isn't it? If Aki's okay, I mean, if Aki isn't okay, it's just straightforward swap with Stones, and we don't lose any talent there, do we? Any performance level. So otherwise, if Aki's fit, I think Stones might miss out again. I mean, Phillips is injured anyway, so Rodri's got no problem. He played superbly again yesterday. So I think Phillips is still going to be waiting or injured anyway, so that won't be a problem. KDB is just on fire, isn't he? And it really comes down to who partners him, doesn't it? Gundogan or Silva. At Newcastle, the last couple of times, Pep's preferred Gundogan, Gundogan, or Gundalorian. Let's call him the Gundalorian or Gundo, I'll call him. So it won't surprise me. I just think Gundo might start against Newcastle, and if Bernardo's around, he'll be on the bench again. That's my thoughts. These are all my opinions, guys. Let me know what you think. And up front, although it's a quiet game for Ireland, I can't see him losing his spot. Can you guys? It's quite a game for him, but I fully expect him certainly against Newcastle. It's probably more physical thing at St James's Park. I fully expect him to start against Newcastle. Foden's an interesting one. As I said, people are reading things into that one, but I think Foden's probably going to start this. And obviously, then you've got the other options, haven't you? Grealish and Alvarez. But Grealish and Alvarez. Alvarez perhaps still hasn't done enough or got the opportunity because other players are playing very, very well. So if you think of Grealish and Mahrez, I thought both played very well yesterday. I mean, especially Mahrez, who's on for the full game, and Grealish came on and was excellent as well. But Mahrez isn't going to lose his spot. That's for sure. So I think Mahrez will start. I think Ireland will start. So that only leads the other side, doesn't it? So as I said, if Foden is okay, which I expect, he'll be there. But we'll see. Say Grealish might get a chance, but I fancy Grealish to be on the bench. Of course, watch my Newcastle preview. We'll have a bit more detail by then, by sort of midweek, to know who's fit and who's not fit. But I think Pep will play, of course, his best 11. There's no doubt about that. When we got that friendly game, I think we got the Barcelona game in the midweek after that. I'm hoping he's going to take a few of the young lads out there for this charity game in Barcelona. Pep will go very strong for this Newcastle game. A tough game. Newcastle will be well up for it, of course they will. We're going to have to do very well to win that. We are quite capable with this team of doing that. Hopefully it'll cool down a bit. It's always a bit cooler up in Newcastle anyway. But tactically, I think he'll make some changes, but I don't think that 11 is going to change much from the Bournemouth game. What do you think, guys? Let me know anyway. It's all about your comments. And sorry for messing up the player ratings. I've been so far out, but that's why I do this, because it gives me time to reflect on the game more than straight afterwards, which is what the player rating show is all about. Initial reactions after a game. Let me know what you think, guys, anyway, as I say, after watching that back. And, of course, the player ratings, have a look at that. And Mr. Pekowski's ratings, of course, as well. And join me Monday night, Citizen Live. We'll talk about this game. We'll talk about the upcoming Newcastle game as well. So Citizen Live, it'll be up there. So just press the notification button so you know when it's on. Please get a small. It's quality, not quantity at the moment, guys. But I'm enjoying it. Lots of you guys are coming on supporting me. Much appreciated. So Monday night, 7 p.m. So it's Monday the 15th, yeah, Monday the 15th of August, 7 p.m. UK time. Let's chat about City, eh? I'm not, let's have on what we call it, Citizen Channel Monday Night Live. There you go, that sounds good, doesn't it? But we'll go for that. 7 p.m, don't forget. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. Please, until we meet again, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please, stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Bye for now.